their friends' friends to also hear this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share with you the link. Just hold on, there's feedback here and I need to mute because we've got feedback, right? Okay. Their friends to also, okay, now that is hear my, this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share with you the link. Just hold on, there's feedback here and I need to mute. Let's deal with you. We've got feedback, right? Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the link and I am going to ask you to send it to your friends. We need a lot of people to hear this because these are the stories that we don't often hear. You know, you have been in this business for a while and you're probably thinking, what am I doing wrong? Well, there are a lot of people doing things right. And you are here today to hear about those people who are doing things right and just to be encouraged, just to know what they're doing. Sometimes you just don't know what to do. So which is why we've got this session. Remember the last, I've shared the link. Please go ahead and share that link with everybody in your teams, your friends, your family. You also want those who are not part of our business to join in because it is good for them to hear what people are doing. So as part of the house rules, I'm going to ask that you please stay muted. Because this is training, I don't want to mute everybody, okay, and not allow you to be able to unmute yourself. But should this continue that we keep getting this interruption with the background noises, I'm going to mute everyone, and then we're going to have to talk via chats. That's not what we want, right? No. So let's just stay muted and only unmute yourself if you want to say something. Just a quick recap, the last three weeks ago and the week before, we started a series called Back to Basics. This is all about what do you need to do to be a network marketing professional. We said that if you have chosen to be in this business, you better choose to go pro, right? And we did invitation and we did prospecting. And I said, if you can master those two, invitation and prospect, the first was prospecting. Remember, we said prospecting is you gathering up and creating a database of possible business partners and possible customers. And then invitation is wanting them to hear about this opportunity. We went through all that. We're not going to do it again. But today, I want you to practically talk to and listen to people who have been doing that over and over again and appreciate the results that they're getting. Why are we doing this? So that you can see that it is real. So that you can see that it is possible to transition from where you are now and actually become a professional in this space. Going pro means that you don't just sit back and say, oh, I saw Vivian. Oh, I want to be like Vivian. You need to know what Vivian did. And you need to know you need to do what she was doing. And guess what? There are also mini Vivians in our space because she has done what anybody who is going pro is supposed to do. Make sure that you groom others to be able to be where you are at. The beauty of our business is that it is not all about you. If it is all about you, and keeping to yourself and not sharing with others, you're not going to make it. Right. So what she did was to make sure that there are other people who are coming up in this space. So it's not only about her, it's about the community around her. So today we're going to be speaking to those people who said, you know what have you been doing, Miss Vivian? And they listened and they said, we're going to do what Miss Vivian has been doing. So without talking too much, let's start our session the way we normally started. You know, when we do our training, we do our declarations, right? And I said the importance of doing the declarations is that we speak things into being. Those who are Christians, you know how the whole world was created. It was through speaking. In Genesis, it says the Lord spoke and it was. So we believe strongly in that. Those who have not read the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, go and read that. And you are going to appreciate the power of auto-suggestions. As you repeat things over and over to yourself, you are going to be amazed at how they are going to manifest because somehow they are going to line up and guide you into the way that's going to lead you to achieve that you have been confessing. Right. So let's quickly do that. And then let me see if my panel is here. I see two of them, but the other, where's the second one? I think we've lost. I see Excellent Grace. I think we've lost Sylvia. Let me check. And I know Romana is struggling. I hope she's on now. She is in Mozambique and she said they had load shedding. South Africans, you thought it was only you. She called me and she says, How's it going with load shedding that side? Because we are experiencing that. Oh, Sylvia's still on, but I don't see her name. Okay, Sylvia's still on, so it's good. As long as you're still on, I am good. Right, so let's just quickly do our declarations and get into it. Who's excited about today? I'm quite excited. Oh, there's Romana. Yeah, I see her. She made it. Power is back in Mozambique. Yay. All right, so who is excited about today? Can we all just be, and I'm seeing somebody else in the house that should make us even more excited. I don't know if anybody has spotted. There's a lady in red there. Vivian Mokome is also here. So today is one of those sessions, right? It is one of those. So let's do our declarations and get started. Those who are not here, they are going to miss out big time. I'm bringing up the declarations. As I said previously, these declarations are things that I have said to our team. We need to make sure that we always remember what this is all about. And what we want with these declarations is also to be money conscious. Money consciousness is very important. Don't come here and say, no, it's not all about the money. It is about the money. And then everything else follows after that, okay? So let's get started. Sometimes I think I talk too much, né? So you must stop me. Remember, I always say that this is all about us. So we always start by giving our mission statement. I said to you, I repeat this in every training. If you are in this business, is it sharing? Okay, let me just go to, I forgot to do this. I need to go to that I can keep also talking to the people who are here, who are on YouTube. Sorry, I forgot about you. So I just need to go to YouTube on my phone so that I connect to the people on YouTube as well. Okay. Right. And just make sure that people know that we are on YouTube as well. And then I can just make sure that I don't miss out on the guys on YouTube. I am thinking about you. I just want to get it on my phone. I don't start the declarations without them. Okay. All right. Just make sure that just silence my thing here. So those who are on YouTube, welcome. I am sorry that I took too long to connect with you. Welcome. And I'm going to ask you to participate as well. Whatever we're doing, if you've got questions, I will also be looking down. When we speak to our panelists, if you've got questions, you are more than welcome to ask your questions as well. All right. So you can just introduce yourself there on YouTube so that we see that who you are, and then I can address you by name as we go along. Okay, so now we are going to get started. Share my screen. Sorry, I've got a new laptop. Sometimes I struggle to get my way around it, but don't worry, one day I will know exactly what I'm doing. Right. So I said previously that if you are in this business, you better sit down and define your mission. You better know what you are all about. We don't want to be roaming aimless. So I'm looking at YouTube as well so I can see that it's coming up. Can you see my slides? I'm not seeing it on YouTube. Can everybody see the mission statement on the screen? Is it up? No? Yes? Am I still on? Can people hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can. All right. It seems stuck on YouTube for some reason. Okay. All right. So if you are serious about business, we are going pro, you must know where you want to go. So here's our mission statement. You can adopt this one if it resonates with you. All right. So let's go through it. I'll just read it quickly. So our mission is to create a network of individuals that are financially secure and are living their ultimate dream lives. Individuals that inspire each other to make millions and to make a difference. Make millions and make a difference. That is our mission, right? So let's get into our declarations. This is creating money consciousness, right? You need to know what you want and speak it. So you are free to do the declarations with me. And what we do is what I advise, that you do these every single day, and you will start appreciating the power of auto-suggestion. And when you start conceptualizing money as is, sometimes when we're in this business, some people will be saying, oh, but people don't have money. It is because of your relationship with money that may be stopping you from moving forward and attracting the money that you need to attract that will make a difference in your life. So that's why we say these things, so that sometimes when you say them, you may think, oh, but that is not true about me. Faith is saying things that are not as though they are. So say it so that you create that money consciousness that will attract people to you, that you are not saying, but they don't have money. Because as you say that, you start attracting, you are releasing something that is attracting people that don't have money. So let's create this money consciousness. Okay, so let's go through the declarations. And you say it with a passion. Okay, I can have as much money as I desire. I will have as much money as I desire. I choose to have as much money as I desire. I have as much money as I desire. I love having as much money as I desire. I create as much money as I desire, and I enjoy as much money as I desire. That is creating money consciousness. The next thing you want to do is just speak into your business. I attract self-motivated doers and leaders into my business. I attract positive-minded people to me. I attract people who fit perfectly with my business. I am committed to reaching my business goals. I have a successful, growing network marketing business. I am a great business leader. I am creating a team culture of support and hard work. Those are our declarations. Okay, so you look at that, you think about what you want for your business. You must always be thinking about how you are going to succeed in your business. When I speak to the ladies that I'm going to speak to, you are going to notice that about them and appreciate that about them. So the idea for today is for you to get that they are doing. Success here is not automatic, but it is possible for everybody. So today I want you to see what we have learned in the previous weeks about going back to basics in action through these ladies. Okay, before we get started, I would like to appreciate and welcome Vivian Mokome, our SD Star Director. Vivian, I thank you that you have allowed us this space to be able to come together and learn on what it means to be a network marketing professional. We have been watching you, we follow you, we want to achieve that you have achieved, and thank you so much for supporting us. And if you can just say one word in opening, so that I know that you're very busy. Should you need to drop off, I will understand. But if you stay on, guess what? I'm not gonna let you go. You're gonna close again. But Vivian, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you, Maggie. I will stay until the end of the presentation. There's no way I'll miss your training. You are never too experienced to learn. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all okay. I will never miss your training, Maggie. You are never too experienced to learn. I'm learning so much from your training, and I'm glad we have more leaders today. Hi, Natalie. Please get your team from Free State to tune in. Let's get more people to form part of this. You can never call yourself a pro unless you are willing to learn. Like I said, you can never say I'm too experienced to learn. I'm learning from all of you in here. So beautiful people, please invite your team. 39 participants, that's not enough. We are more than this. I mean, I have more than 500,000 leaders under my organization. So we can't say there's no way we cannot make more than 200 from here. So make sure that you're not alone. SD Romana, get the entire Mozambique team here. Swaziland, I see you are here. Nigeria, go and invite. All right, that's it from me. I hope you all enjoy the training. I'll be here until the end of the training.
Wow, thank you so much. Let me record. I forgot to record. I missed that one, but it's on YouTube. You know, when I hear Vivian say beautiful people, then you know. Anyway, thank you so much, Vivian. Your humility is amazing. And thank you so much for the platform. So without wasting any more time, let us get our panelists up. We've got beautiful ladies. Let me just share. I'm going to be grilling them. They don't know. They don't know what they just put themselves in for. So remember, guys, this is training, right? So you're going to listen to these ladies. How I picked these ladies, I've been watching them. Where do I watch them from? From Facebook, and I have just been inspired by their work ethic. I have been inspired by what they are doing for their businesses. And I thought, you know what? We ought to all be doing this. Hey, I said I'm going to grill her and she just disappeared. Oh, there she is. Okay, you went off my screen there. So let me just bring up so that you can see our beautiful ladies. So today we are going to hear real stories. It's always good that once you've done something, some training, just bring it back home and say, does this really work? It's all good. They talk, but does it really work? So today we've got beautiful, beautiful ladies. We've got excellent Grace, and we've got Sylvia, and we've got Lady Romana. So we've got Cameroon, we've got Ghana, and we've got Mozambique in the house. So when Vivian was saying that she's got an organization of more than 500,000 people, it is across the globe. It is not only just limited to Africa as well. So I know that as South Africans, we like claiming her to ourselves, but she is a mother of many nations, right? And so let's appreciate what people are doing out there. And this is really meant to ignite us to not be complacent. Okay, so I'm going to be talking up to these ladies. So I'm going to have my phone because I've got the questions that I am going to grill them with. It's going to be nice grilling. And you are also going to get an opportunity to ask them questions. This I didn't tell them. Just in case they said, you know what, I'm not going to come. So you're also going to get an opportunity to ask them questions. Remember, they are our business partners, right? Wherever you are in the business, they started where you are starting as well. Right? And they are still going further. So we want to learn from them. So I'm going to ask my ladies just to say a quick hello. You can see that they are all here. Let me just stop sharing. Okay. Miss Excellent Grace. When someone says your name, it has to be said with elegance because it sounds so elegant. How are you, ma'am?
Thank you. And it's an honor. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you for joining us. Your line is a bit bad, but I got what you're saying. I hope everyone else got what you said. And where are you connecting from?
I'm connecting from Cameroon, from Yaoundé, Cameroon.
Cameroon. Did you hear that? I was not making it up, ne? Then we've got Lady Sylvia. Lady Sylvia, how are you, ma'am?
Hi, I'm doing very well, and good morning to everybody. Hello, SD Vivian. Happy to be on the same call with you. And thanks so much, Maggie, for the opportunity. I'm from Ghana.
Thank you. Welcome. And thank you so much for not saying no. I was just taking a chance and you said yes, and I said, thank you, Lord. Okay. And we've got Lady Romana in the house. Oh, hello, Miss Romana. How are you?
Oh, hello, everyone. Good morning. In Longreach, it's always good morning. I'm so excited to be here. I was actually panicking a little bit because we were having load shedding a few hours ago, and I was like, I hope the lights come on because I cannot miss this opportunity. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Maggie, and I love your trainings. They're so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I was praying with you that power better come back on, And I want people to notice something. As she was talking, look at what she's got in her hand. Because when I talk about her, that's what we're going to talk about. That is her. When you see that, that is her. Okay. So thank you so much, ladies. Really, like I said to you, this is really about people learning what you've been doing. And I'm gonna let me go to my questions, right? What I want to understand is that when we come into this business, I'm just going to mute space, and then as you speak, you unmute yourself because there's a bit of feedback from your side. So I'm going to mute you, but don't forget when I ask you a question, you can just unmute yourself and speak up. Okay. Thanks. So, ladies, when anybody comes into the Long Reach business, they are somewhere at a certain point in their lives, right? I want to understand what was going on in your life when you started the Long Reach journey. And the reason I want us to start there is I want people to appreciate what has been pushing you and fueling you to move to where you are at today. So what was happening in your life when you started with Long Reach? Who wants to go first? You, okay, you can unmute yourself and go ahead, ma'am. The line is so bad. We can't hear. Am I the only one who can't hear her? Are you also struggling?
No, we can't hear her. The line is very bad.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one struggling.
Yeah.
Maybe you can try and disconnect and connect again, and then we'll see if the line is better. Okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Sylvia, do you want to go? What was going on in your life when this opportunity was presented to you?
Okay, for myself, I am a professional accountant, and I was working as an accountant for many years. So before I joined Long Reach, I had already taken the decision to move into entrepreneurship. I thought I had enough of the corporate world. I wanted to see what I could do. I wanted to see what I could do as an entrepreneur. I had started, before I stopped working in the corporate setting, I had started a few businesses. I am a high risk taker. I start businesses and I stop at any time. When I realize it's loss making, I quickly stop it from bleeding and move on to the next. So I met Long Reach at a time that I had made a decision to move totally away from corporate and find something for myself. So Long Reach just came at the right time. At the right time. At that time, I was into, I had started a laundry business, which was doing very well. I was operating a laundry, and at the same time, I was distributing bottled water for the major water manufacturing companies here in Ghana. I was a major distributor of water as well as a laundry and other petty businesses when Long Reach came in. So that is that is the point I was in my life when I was introduced to the Long Reach opportunity.
And how many years ago was that?
This was 3 years ago. I joined Long Reach in June 2019.
Okay.
But I had resigned from the corporate world in December 2018.
Okay. So
6 months after that, yes, I met Long Reach.
So are the other businesses still going? The ones that you were busy with at that time?
The major ones, I have closed them down because I realized that I could make more money with Long Reach.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
And are there other businesses that have been born out of your Long Reach business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have started a few things. The one I can talk about now is a delivery business because I'm a stockist as well. And I process a lot of orders, loads of orders. The past 2 years running, I was awarded the best stockist for my region. This year, I was the best stockist for the whole of Ghana. So my volumes are quite big and I do a lot of delivery services. So I started a delivery service as well. And out of the long reach business too, into supplies to different organizations, including some government organizations. I do anything you want, I can supply to you. And the capital for that business I got from my long reach business. The car incentives, the trips and all that. I always take the cash because I channel it into something else. So yes.
Okay, I want us to speak about that because remember, it's all about how people can take advantage of the money that long reach brings out.
Yes.
And we're going to talk a bit as well about how you got to that point. I mean, how do you become the #1 stockist in the region? I mean, what do you do? You know, so we're going to talk about that. Thank you so much for that intro. So let's move on to Romana. What was going on in your life at the time when you started the long reach business? When this opportunity was presented to you?
Okay. Every time I get asked to share like my story, I get excited about it because I just feel that everyone joined for their own reason, and we just need to respect each other's stories. And we all come from different backgrounds. So for me, it was basically I was struggling financially, like really, really battling. Young mother with four children, and at a time my husband wasn't working, so it was like he used to do some businesses and they wouldn't work out, and we had like, you know, children's school fees, and we were living in a home that wasn't really what we wanted, you know, so we wanted more, we desired more. So I was really, really battling financially, and I don't get ashamed to talk about it because I know a lot of people do go through this. I actually got to a point where I had to go to loan sharks, you know, because I had a normal 8 to 5 job. So the salary I was getting paid wasn't enough, you know, for the bills and just for the cost of living, you know, especially having 4 kids. So we were forced into situations where we have to go make loans at loan sharks. And you know what the process is? End of the month, you get paid, and then you have to pay back the loan shark plus interest. So you go back to zero. So we were going around in circles. So it was really, really hard for us. So that's when that was what was going on in my life. And when Long Reach came along, was presented the business, I was like, you know, this could be my breakthrough. And it's either I take it and I make it work, you know, because it's all about when you presented an opportunity. I believe we can all make this business work if we want to make it work. So yeah, that was it for me.
Awesome. So you're going to talk about that, what makes it work. And as you were talking, I could relate to your story. I just want to ask, we are all in this business together, right? So as Romana was talking, who was saying, that's me. That's me. By the way, I'm also a mom of 4. So yeah. Who are saying that's me? I'm struggling. I can't keep up with what's happening. My finances, my income is far less than what my expenses are. If you can relate to that, remember what Romana has found in this space, and you are going to appreciate what she has done to get there. I just want to quickly see if we've got oh, the excellent Grace is back. Let me just make a co-host so that she moves up onto my thingy. Allow me to make you co-host. All right. Miss Grace, please, are you able to speak now? Let's check how it's going. You still muted? You are still, okay, let me ask you to unmute. Maybe it's my system. Okay, she's still muted. I think she's struggling to unmute herself. Right. But we will speak to her. Oh, there she is. Yes. Slightly, but it's still cracking. It's really bad. let me just quickly bring up something about her as we are trying to. I just want to show you the caliber of people that we are working with in this business. We're really struggling to hear her, but I want you to appreciate who she is, appreciate the work that she is doing, and this is really to encourage you to give this business your most. Okay. Nibalum Grace, that's who she is, right? This lady, I love what she is doing with her business. Follow her on Facebook and see how active she is. So the first thing you want to do is to be active. You want to go out there and make yourself known. And everything that she posts, I think is just intentional. So there she is. She says, we keep showing up. Weekends are not for fruitless parties. Weekends for me, that's her, are for massive business hustles. This past weekend, we showed up as always, back-to-back business presentations on Saturday and Sunday. That's what I wanted to speak to her about. Back-to-back presentations on Saturday and Sunday. And she says, and we are getting ready for this coming weekend. No time to waste. We must build wisely now that we are young and strong. And then she says, if you're interested in the Long Reach platform, join this coming weekend. There she's doing what? She is making the invitation. And anybody who is following her is going to see her consistency. She is always doing something about her business. When she's talking about back-to-back business presentations, I wish she was able to talk to us, because that's what got me to say that, how are you inviting? Because if you see that her presentations are also just full of people, right? So this network must not disappoint us, because we really need to speak to Nibalum Grace. Should I say her full name, Nibalum Grace, right? So another thing that she's doing, which is also speaking to the type of person you ought to be when you are in this business, you need to care about people. You can't just be a taker. You're not going to go far. You need to add value, right? And it might not be something that you do naturally, but by showing up, you learn certain things, certain skills that will allow you to come out of your shell. You'll start seeing opportunities for you to bring out your talent. Now, she says that we had an amazing English class. Remember, she's a Long Reach person. But see how this ties in. We had an amazing English language class before what? Our Long Reach Partners training. She's a teacher by profession. So what did she do? She started teaching her Long Reach colleagues English, French colleagues. There. So I started teaching my French colleagues. No, come now. Don't go ahead of me. Ish. My computer is misbehaving. Yeah. So she said she started teaching her French-speaking colleagues English, because they had a strong desire to learn English. There she is. She's now a teacher. So what value are you adding? Let me tell you something about value add. If you want to grow in this business and you start adding value to other people's lives, they are going to appreciate who you are. You are going to create networks. And once you've got that network, it is so easy to do business with anybody anyway. Just this past Saturday, one of my team members was launching their business, right? And unfortunately, our dear SD Vivian could not make it because she was representing us in Nigeria. Dr. Lesego could not because she was busy with something else. And guess what? She said, so-and-so, go and help Maggie. Happy, go and help Maggie. And Happy came along, did not know me from a bar of soap, but it is all because of the networks that we are creating, because we have added value in some way. So if you want to succeed in this business, add value to your people. When there's chats in the WhatsApp groups, speak. We want you to grow. Okay. And then she not only speaks about what, when you see that, don't you just want to be part of this lady's team? Geez, there you are now getting free English lessons. that people pay for from a qualified teacher. And she's giving that off as a service to her Longreach community. And then, as if it's not enough, you must follow her. She also has motivational quotes there. See, she says, I'm convinced that I will win despite the challenges. What about you? Good morning, family. These are the people that are moving along in the business. One thing I appreciated about her as well is that it's, according to me, it's like she's always thinking about the next thing in this business. And that is what brings growth. You can't be in Longreach and not be thinking about your business. Every single day, it must be in your mind if you want to succeed. She says, the health conference is done and dusted. It's been an amazing day. I have learned so much about cancer. She was running a campaign for the month. Done and dusted, right? Then she says, this month, October, it was that health campaign, right? She did that. Now she knows about breast cancer, cancer of the uterus, prostate. Not only that, she even knows, because she was focusing on that, it is in line with the products that we have, right? Now she knows exactly what to sell to who. And imagine when they were doing that health conference, who were they interacting with? How is her customer base growing? Because of the activities that she had put together. Alone, I don't know. I'm hoping that she will have a better connection to speak to us about it. And look at the branding. Can you see the Longreach logo there? Representing her business. What are you doing for your business? She is moving up the ranks because she is putting in the effort. And then this month of October is done. It's November. You must also go see, she's got a post about there's only 2 months left. And I believe that these 2 months are going to be epic, something like that. Those are not her exact words, but she's got that. Now she says, this month of November, my team and I are carrying out a toothpaste campaign. We are offering up to 20% discount at the toothpaste. So now, and then she says, you can even order. An order of 10 and more, you get free delivery. What are you doing to promote your business? Remember, when you come into Longreach, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Nonetheless, it is a business that needs you to work it. The platform is wonderful. With those sales, the amount of bonuses that come through, we are going to hear about those now. But appreciate what she is doing. She fills rooms. This is like everyday thing. I couldn't get hold of her today. I tried to call her, and then she says, oh, I am so sorry you couldn't get hold of me. I was busy in the partner training. You see that? Watch this lady. Watch her where she will be after 3 years. When you see her succeed, don't say she's lucky. Don't say it's because she was in Vivian's team. Don't say it's because her upline is so-and-so. Know that she put work into her business. So I want to see if my lady is able to speak now. Is she still around? We've lost her. Okay. So one day we'll try and get her, or maybe what I'll do as well is try and get an interview with her one-on-one so that we can post it for you guys, because really you want to know what she's doing. How does she get a room full of people? How does she do back-to-back presentations, business presentations on Saturday and Sunday, and get it full? Because that's what you need to be doing, right? So that is how we are growing our businesses. So I'm going to move on to our lady number 2, because at least she is still here. And Sylvia, let me just show you a little clip about her as well, so that you can appreciate what's happening. And we're going to ask her questions in line with what she even mentioned this. And we are going to go on to her now. I'm going to share my slides again. Is this helping somebody? Are you being inspired into action? Because today really is not just about show, it's about being inspired into action. right? Are you being inspired into action? Yeah, no. Our time is now. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. Okay, you know, I once visited the Longreach Randburg offices, and they were telling me the history of Longreach. And this lady was saying, "Oh, Maggie, people used to park from that corner to that corner." And I said, "We are bringing that back. This team is bringing that back. We're not gonna be sitting and watching people from Ghana and people from SD Romana coming with their babies who are now SDs. What are we doing? South Africa, talking to you now. Okay, so let's see. Here is Lady Sylvia, all the way from Ghana. You heard that she was a top stockist. Now you are going to ask her questions. Okay, remember, this is for you. If you want to succeed, you must ask this lady what she was doing. But look at, ask her how she achieved this. There, it says Dubai qualifier. That's her. Then it says Greece and Turkey qualifier. How about? And then it says Singapore trip qualifier. Hey, but this lady, as if that's not all. Those who watch TV commercials will know that that's not all informations. Okay. Congratulations, she got a car as well. But not only that. How about second car qualifier? No, let's talk to this lady. Let's see what she has been up to. Missy, is that you? Or did I not get this right?
It's me.
Right? Yeah. She's been doing this for 3 years, she said. I'm not sure, I probably didn't get everything because I got it from social media. So I can only get what you post, right? So let's talk about your journey. So now, you start with Longreach. I believe now you are D7, am I right?
Yes, I'm D7.
Yeah, right. So when did you get to D7? After how long?
After almost 3 years.
3 years.
After awesome. 2 years, 10 months.
2 years, 10 months. Wow. Right. And for those who don't understand what it takes to be D7, how many PVs was that?
450,000.
450,000 PVs. Okay. You got that right, guys. So you understand that that is a lot of work that went in there. And you don't get to D7 just on your own, do you?
No.
No.
You need a team.
You need a team.
Yeah.
So you have been working with a team.
Yes.
Now, when did you first qualify? I just saw 3 trips there and 2 cars. Is that all you've qualified for?
No.
Okay.
No. The cars is 2. The cars are 2 cars. And as we speak, I just qualified last week for another trip to the UK.
Oh my. Okay. And then you said something. You said you have been opting for cash. So are you saying that when you qualify, you've got an option of, I don't want to go, but just give me the cash?
Yes. Longreach gives you that option, especially for the car.
Okay.
Especially for the car. And because I have plans of doing other businesses and I already have a car, my car is not due for change right now, in my opinion. So when Longreach gives me the car fund, I take the cash. I don't buy the car because I see Longreach as a platform to help me achieve other dreams. So I push those monies into those businesses. But most of the trips, I travel. Most of the trips I travel. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I want us to tell us about your first paycheck in Longreach. Excuse me. So there you are. You're saying, okay, I'm an accountant, just accounting. I've got my own businesses, but somebody says, you know what, here's a business. And you say, okay, I'm going to start with this business. Do you mind telling us when you started, which membership level did you come in at?
Okay. So when I started, I came in with the VIP package.
Okay.
So I came in as a Diamond 2.
Okay.
And it took me over 2 months to be able to sign up my first distributor.
Over 2 months?
Yes. It wasn't easy to get started, to get people to join you in the business.
What were you doing? What were you doing to get people to join in? In those months, what were you doing?
In those 2 months, actually, what I did was to start with a very solid foundation. So I was learning about the business, attending trainings, learning about the products. So I wasn't actively referring people per se. I was talking about the products, and when I get a little opportunity, I talk about the business. But I realized I did not know much. So I rather spent time with my upline, learning, doing presentations. I started doing presentations with him, etc., before I had the confidence to now speak to people positively and sign them on. So my first 2 months were a learning process.
Thank you. That is very important for me to highlight to people that when you're starting this business, remember, this is a business which can turn you into a multimillionaire, right? And think about people that go to school, go to varsity for 7 years or more to become professionals in certain, to become professionals, right? When you come into network marketing, and you thinking this is an industry that could make you into a multimillionaire, if you do not invest time in learning, you are going to struggle. So I appreciate the fact that you did that. You spent time in learning. So don't ever say, oh, I've been in this business for 6 months. I haven't signed up any person. I'm going to go. Your first 6 months, you only took 2 months. Take them as your studying time. You are back to school. Attend the training. Read up, understand that complaint, understand their products, ask questions. And the beautiful thing that we have with the Longreach platform is that there is so much information. You just Google anything you want to know about Longreach, you will find it. So there she is, now at D7. The first 2 months, she focused on learning about the platform. So please be encouraged. Do not be discouraged if you do not sign up in your first month, in your first 2 months, as long as I've always said, make sure that you invest at least 2 hours every single day in your business from the word go. 10 hours a week is what you need to build that foundation where you are learning and gaining your confidence. Thank you so much for that. So 2 months later, you sign up your first distributor. Okay. And when was your first paycheck?
My first paycheck was, I checked today, it was 125 CDs, which is the equivalent of $9.
And let's take that to rands. For those who are Africa, let's do that, $9 in rands. And okay, that was your first one. What's coming up? She got $9. That's 163 rands. Okay. Do not despise small beginnings. And which bonus was that one?
Fast start.
Oh,
fast start for the first 3 people.
Okay, yeah. All right. That's a good bonus for the first 3 people. Yes. And I always say to my team that we want to get the most out of Longreach.
Yeah.
So if you can get that, personally, when I start people up, I want to start them up with rich packs because I want that cash. Yes. So now there she gets her first paycheck is 163. Were you excited about it?
Oh yes, I was excited. And the week after that, I was paid the equivalent of $2.
Okay, a week later.
Yes, a week later.
Right, now it's got $11.
Yes.
Right.
I was paid $2. And what gave me the confidence was that a company that can pay you $2 or less, when it's due, you can pay you the millions. So why don't you just try? Because this shows that they are committed. They look at the small numbers, they look at the big numbers. So I had a lot more confidence in their company that they won't say it's $2, so you'll not be paid. They actually paid me. And the following week was even less than $2. But I kept going.
So were there weeks where you did not get paid?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. In my first year in Longreach, there were weeks that recorded 0 PVs on all 3 legs, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And it can be disheartening. But it got to a point, it was like a switch. I just told myself, no week with no PVs. 0, 0, 0, I don't want to see it again. It was just a switch. It was like turning on and off a switch. And since then, there's been no week that I have no PV, that I
Wow.
don't earn. I earn every week for over 2 years.
Wow. So I want to speak about that switch, okay? Because Vivian always says, make sure that the week does not end without PVs, right?
Yes.
No, once you got that says, no week. So what did you do then at that time to make sure that there are PVs? What activities were you doing that made sure that you had PVs every week from that
Okay,
point?
so the decision was a tough one, but it was a decision that helps you to know that you cannot rely or depend on your team members.
Mhm.
If you depend solely on your team members, it means when they feel like it is when you get PVs. So I decided to look at other options of prospecting myself at a different level, trying to actively work as if I have no team, and also to sell. I started selling as well, because to sell, I will buy products and I use my smaller accounts to buy the products, upgrading them. So eventually, even if my team members do nothing, with the sales that comes from my own accounts below, I get PVs to be paid at the top.
Okay. All right. Let me just explain to people then what the benefit of that is. If you didn't catch it, what Sylvia said that she had a structure. In her structure, there were accounts that belonged to her, right? Whether it's family members or whatever, but she had control of how she can build her business. Now, somebody can be saying, but then that is like getting a discount on your money. But think about this. She's already made the money from the product sales. Right? She's made money from the product sales over and above that. Now she's getting the PVs that are upgrading her in the business. And now because she is working so hard, by the time others come and start working and come with the same mindset that she has, and they also start building their businesses like that, that's when you get to a point where you start ranking up. And as you rank up, you see those incentives. Okay, so now what she said was that she made a decision to work her business. I know that we come into this business, I am that person as well that says, I am not a salesperson. But then I came to a point where I realized that I need to learn that skill if I am to move along and make a lot of money. It does not come easily, but just putting yourself out there. And it's just as easy as taking, you must follow Romana, and you must steal from her statuses, okay? She's got everything about the products, and she's got beautiful pictures of the products. Take that product and post it. Somebody is going to ask you a question. Also, Leader Z, follow Leader Z and also steal her stuff, right? I always take screen grabs of her things. And just post that. If you're saying you're not a salesperson, just post that. Somebody is going to ask you about that and you're going to get a sale. All right. So make a decision and go out there. All right. So now there you are. I've got more questions for you. So now that was your first paycheck. It was $9, $2. Do you mind telling us now that weekly paycheck? What is it looking like now?
Which week?
You said every week you're getting something. So what is that weekly paycheck that used to be $2? What is it looking like today? On a bad week. On a bad week,
that should be almost 2,000 Ghana cedis.
2,000. And on a bad week, it's what?
Yes.
2,000 PVs on a bad week.
No, I mean Ghana cedis.
How can I? In dollars, how much is that?
Okay, so in dollars should be just a second.
Okay, I think I can do this.
That should be, let's say $150.
Okay, that's a bad week, right?
Yes.
That's 2,000 something. Okay, so on a bad week, you're getting about almost 3,000 rands on a bad week.
Mm.
Okay. Tell us about your good week. What was your best week? Like you said, geez, like what happened here?
There was a week I earned, let me calculate it in dollars.
Okay, I've got the thing. You can give it to me in
Okay.
Ghana.
So you can look at 15,000 Ghana cedis, 15,000. I've earned 15,000 before.
Okay, that's like 19,000 rands in a week. Okay,
Mm.
and guys, bear in mind that every week she is getting something, right?
Yeah.
Why I'm telling you this is that as you move up the ranks, when you've made a decision that I'm gonna do this, you are going to decide and put together a strategy of which way are you going to go.
Mm.
If you are going to go into sales, you start planning your sales. If you only have one account at the moment, be strategic and create your other mini accounts so that you have got control. When somebody places an order here, one of your team members places an order here and you're thinking, there's nothing happening in this side. I want to get paid for that money, and you've got customers that want products, you are going to buy the products and make sure that you get paid that week. So those are the kind of things that need to be at the back of your mind, okay? Right, so you spoke about that. What else I had for you? Okay. So we spoke about you getting as far as you are. Yes, you are building those legs, but even as you have got that, it's not going to get you to D7. So what are you doing to develop your team to make sure that they are moving along with you?
All right. So we've all come to learn in network marketing that you won't get 100% of your team working actively like you do. So what you have to do is have a plan for the whole team, but at the same time, you identify leaders who are willing to work and work with them. So what I have tried to do is always to grow with my team. Everything I'm doing, I do with my team. If there's a campaign, we do it together. And I also make sure that we have trainings, at least one training a week. Team training, and also we join other teams that are doing training, like your trainings that you do. I always post it on my page and encourage them. I do 2 hours more, 1 hour more to training. Meeting room is open. Join. And sometimes during the meeting, you ask how many people are on the call. You know, you push them. You push them to join trainings. On a few occasions too, we take a book, like Eric Worre's book. We share it amongst ourselves. Today, you come talk about chapter 1. We ask questions. You talk about chapter 2. I try to do things to engage the team. Then on a one-on-one basis, I look for the people who are willing to work, people who have potential, who need a little push. You ask them what your plan is. What can I do to help you? Do you want to do a presentation? How do I support you? Do you have prospects you want me to talk to? You know, just give yourself to your team, because at a certain level, if you don't help your team to grow, you will not grow. So where I have gotten to now, I don't focus on myself, but I'm looking at building other leaders, because that will make my joy to be full. Not just you crashing all the incentives and making the money, but I want to see team members who I have helped to also crash it, be able to do presentations on products, on compensation plan, be able to also train their team and also present to prospects and all that, all the skills that are needed in network marketing. I want to see my team succeed in all. So that is my plan, and that is how I work with my team.
Wow, sure. And so I think I just want to open up to anybody who wants to ask you questions as to how you got to where you are. So, you know what, I really want to get to where Sylvia is, but I'm not sure about how she handled certain things. I just want to give you an opportunity to ask her questions, those who want to ask questions, as we are about to move on to Romana as well. And is there anybody who, Esther? Esther?
Hmm?
Did you want to ask something? Oh, were you not, were you muted by mistake, unmuted by mistake? All right. All right. So I'm going to come back to you. I just want to get to Romana, and then we'll come back and just engage with everybody on that. But before I move on to you, let me see. You've spoken about how you support your team. So at the moment, right, just to finalize, and oh, there we go. There's a question for you in the chat. It says, how do you work with stubborn downlines? I don't know what stubborn is. Stubborn meaning that when you
Yes.
speak to them, they don't listen. I'm not sure what that means. But one thing I want to say before you even respond is that you must remember that we are all in this business as a decision, an individual decision.
Yeah.
So, and one thing we must also remember, that's my personal view, that nobody is your manager here. Okay, we are all partners. And because we keep saying my leader, some people sort of want to give you responsibility of their business. Okay. You are all responsible for your own businesses. When you start treating certain people like you are their manager, you are most likely going to lose some of those people. Because some people left corporate because they did not want somebody to be saying, have you done this? Have you done that? So you support people that want to be supported.
Yeah.
And you build with people that want to build. Otherwise, you are going to be super frustrated. So, but let me allow my dear leaders to respond to that question. How do you work with people who are stubborn? They are always busy and don't want to work. They don't want this. They don't want this. But let me allow you to respond. I'm laughing as if you know exactly what they're talking about.
Yes, and I think you've just given the perfect answer. You know, joining Longreach or joining any business is an individual decision. It's an individual decision. That is where we are taught as part of the skills of becoming a professional in network marketing to allow people to make their own decision. You present the business to them, but don't force them. You don't convince them, you educate them and allow them to make their own decision. And when they decide, you have to let them know that it is their business, but you are there to support them. You are not going to force them because you can't force them. You get people telling you, I used my money to join the business. Nobody paid for me. Why should I be working for you? Because already a lot of people think that they are working for you as the upline. They are working for you as the upline. They don't know the work you do to get what you get, but they think the little they do is what is pushing you. So you would be a bad person to be pushing somebody who says he or she is always busy. All you do for those people, you don't get angry, you don't get disappointed because it is part of the process. It is part of the process. It's teaching you patience, it's teaching you tolerance, it's teaching you emotional intelligence. Just assure them that anytime they are ready, you are there. Just assure them, when you are ready to pick up this business, I'm there. And sometimes don't wait till they get ready and get to you. Once in a while, you can check on them. Don't talk about the business. Just ask about their well-being, their family, work. If everything is fine, just be a nice person. And when they are ready, they will bounce back. When they are ready, they will bounce back. There's nothing you can do about the people you call stubborn downlines. And one thing I have also learned is that it is easier to give birth than to raise the dead. So while those people are being stubborn, just go about your business. Keep recruiting. They'll see you adding new people to the WhatsApp group every day. They'll see you celebrating new people who have come and become Diamond 1, Diamond 2, and hitting. And that alone would make them also warm up again and continue the business.
Wow. Powerful words of wisdom there. No. I appreciate that. It is easier to give birth than to raise the dead.
Raise the dead.
Yeah. So powerful. Do you want to add on to that one, Romana, or is that okay? Do you want to add on to that response, or is that good?
I think that's good, but one of the things that I mainly do is if you have someone that has sort of like a leader that has sort of like lost interest in the business, or they're not cooperating, I'm one of those people that I don't really chase you. I don't go behind you. So I lead by example. So I lead by example in a way that I make you feel. You might not tell me, but you'll feel like, oh my goodness, I'm being left out, because I'm so consistent to a point where I just make you fall in love with the business. So I'm like, I always show up, like what you were saying. If you go into my WhatsApp status, I'll never ever post anything that does not have to do with something that pays me or will benefit me. My stories on Facebook, I don't post jokes, etc. So people get my leaders normally, the quiet ones or the lazy ones, they end up like commenting, and they're always peeping on my status. So I always believe that you have to lead by example, and eventually you will get people getting up and also taking responsibility.
Oh. Right, so there it is. That is how we deal with non-responsive downlines. I don't want to call them stubborn. All right, so let's move on to our lady Romana. And so something very exciting happened in her space this week and a couple of days ago. And that's why we want to speak to her about that. You know, I got so excited when I saw this and I thought, gee, this lady, you know. So let's, I want to show you something about her. When I said to you, watch what she's got in her hand. This speaks to the consistency that she was talking about, right? This speaks to look at what she's holding, right? This speaks to her living the brand, her being proud of her brand. Okay, I take it that is your team, ma'am.
Yes.
Look at that, those ladies. There is something that you do in building a certain culture. And I'm going to ask you to speak about your team culture, because I see you've got a very vibrant team. I can pick up things that you do together, uniformity, and I want you to speak to the strength of that, the power of doing something as a collective and how that has contributed to you. But let's just quickly just show. I like this because somebody was saying what you say to them, how you inspire people that they would even quote you. Said, you can say that again, SD Mwansa, like SD Romana always says, one must decide whether they are a leader or a follower. That is what Romana said. And there she is being quoted by somebody, I'm assuming in her team, right? And there she is. Proud brand ambassador. What are you doing for your brand? This lady, and now this one I brought up because I wanted you to translate. You know, when you to translate, what is this?
The one in pink. The one in pink.
Yes, this one
with the pink writing. So basically, we were running a campaign because we just during Pink October. So it was just, the whole breast cancer awareness. So we just listed basically in short, the benefits of our long reach sanitary pads. So I didn't want to have something long there. I just wanted to point out a few things, what makes our pads different, and what, statistics say about breast and cervical cancer, just to catch people's attention. And I just put there, obviously, the picture of our pads so people can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that was it.
And I think I also want people just to appreciate the campaigns. You know, I haven't seen much in terms of us in South Africa with the campaigns, but you saw Cameroon with their campaigns. Sylvia, I'm not sure if you've got campaigns also running, but campaigns directly speaking to business growth, right? To exposing our customers to our products, and thus feeding and building our business, right? So think about those things, and those who are wanting to build successful businesses, think about that, and don't wait for anybody to start the campaign. You can be the campaigns that, remember, we are all leaders in our own right. Look at this quote that says, one must decide whether they are a leader or a follower. So sometimes we fall into a trap of becoming followers because we always referring to other people as leaders. Leader so-and-so, leader so-and-so. We do that so much in network marketing that you sort of move and shift the responsibility for your business onto your sponsor. So they are your sponsor. They are there to support you. They are your business partner. And we are all brand ambassadors for Longreach. Let us wear Longreach with pride. Let people know you for this brand. If you go to Romana's social media, I tell you, that's all you need to look for, Romana. You will see she lives this brand. And I always struggle with this a bit, Romana, because when you do training on network marketing, I've struggled with this quite a bit. They say, don't show your product. They mustn't know, keep it a mystery. What made you say, I want to show my product?
I believe that you have seasons in your business. Okay, you have your high lows. We have our highs and our lows. We go through moments. Okay, so for anyone that follows me, they'll know that there was a time where I would like post things like text, like a message, like paragraphs that people to motivate people, But then you need to be so good with your business that you need to be able to analyze when you know that your business is dropping, the PVs are dropping, and you're probably losing leaders, or your leaders are not working. You just need to find yourself. So these are the seasons I'm talking about. So I went through the whole motivational thing where I just used to motivate. And then I decided, you know what, now it's time, because I'm in the rebuilding phase. I'm basically rebuilding now. So this is when now I need to show my brand. I need to be proud. And I just decided, you know what, I want to focus on the product. For example, the month of October, we were just focusing a lot on the sanitary napkins, our supplements, Queen and the pink tea, etc. And for the month of November, it's Blue November for the men. We'll be focusing on the supplements, male supplements, and just help creating awareness against prostate cancer, etc. So now, because I need to rebuild my business and just offer value, offer a solution to get people on board, because now I'm not using that strategy where I like sell you dreams, because people sometimes get tired of that. They get tired of hearing, join Longreach, you can qualify for, you can travel the world, you can qualify for car incentives, housing incentives, etc., etc., etc. It ends up, sometimes we make too much noise about that. We need to just sometimes go into reality, just present to them what will actually make them get all these incentives that we have in the company. And that is our product. Wow. They need to get to know our product, which is why we battle. We battle with getting PVs in. We battle with having our leaders doing their maintenance, their upgrade, because we don't have that culture of making people fall in love with the product. So that is what I'm busy doing now.
Wow. And I think I also like what you are doing, because you are so relevant. You want to know what is happening at that time and offer a Longreach solution. And by just tapping into what is happening at that time, what does Longreach offer for that? And then you just tap into that and you just go. So now, when you run these campaigns, for example, So are you now saying, okay, you are the leader now? Or do you get people in your business saying to you, Romana, let's do A, B, C, D, and you say, okay, that's awesome? Or are you the one always coming up with the ideas?
I always say that a good leader, or a leader that worries about their business, they will obviously notice in their team who the strength, who's good in presenting, who's good with coming up with ideas, who's more passionate about the product. So I'm the one who's I would say the creative director. Like my brain's I'm always brainstorming. I've got all these ideas. My husband often says, wow, if I could open up your brain now and just check what's going on, because I'm always coming up with strategies. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just jot down things like, this is what just has come into mind. So I come up with ideas and I'm one of those, I prefer to come up with ideas and just be backstage producing and giving my leaders the opportunity, for example, with the Pink October event, I came up with the idea and I worked together with SD Speranza, and she started coordinating. So she was like the events planner. She went to get the venue, etc. She put the things together. And I was just like, let's do this like that, And you need to work together with your team. So yes, I like giving opportunity to a team, because you know what, Longreach is teamwork. You can never do it on your own. I always say, build your team and identify the talent. You'll never ever do it on your own. You need to find out who's good with talking about the compensation plan, who's good in explaining exactly what network marketing is, who's good in talking about the supplements, who there are leaders who take their time to investigate about our product, and they just have so much information. So you need to put that team together, and then you will see, create groups of strong leaders and spread them out, and that is the only way that your team will grow.
Wow. Okay, we'll talk a bit more about your campaign and how you run campaigns in another session, because that's something that is quite of interest to me, and I'm sure there are other people who are saying, where do I begin when I want to start a campaign? And I also want to speak to what has happened and how we got here, And this was yesterday. She said, it feels good waking up and knowing I have a 2-star director, Now, look at those PVs, weekly PVs of 40. I did the maths, all right? And I just did a maths. And when I did the maths, I just said, okay, let's assume, it's probably not the case, but let's assume that these 43,000 PVs were spread across the 3 legs. What does this look like? I mean, so we had some number, I think it was like 38,000 rands or something like that. And I said, geez, and then it's just only from the performance bonus. Now think about the leadership bonus. Now think about the development bonus. Now think about everything that just came through to this lady this week, But what I want us to focus on now is really how you've got 78,000, right? Well, we even spoke about 500,000, but you're on your way to 500,000. So now I want to speak to, I just want to see my questions. Right. You've told us your story, all right? So now, how long have you been in the Longreach business, by the way?
I joined in 2018. It was in August. And when I joined the business, Longreach wasn't registered yet. We didn't have like a warehouse in Mozambique. We didn't have an office. We didn't even know that there was a stockist, etc. So things were a bit, I made a trip. I traveled like 600K, like I made a trip to Joburg. That's where I was signed up. That is why my member code starts with ZA. SD Esperanza, same thing, you know, and my other top leaders as well. So our registration was done in South Africa, which is why I can never understand, Maggie, you know, I made a trip, you know, like a long trip to be able to have access to these products. But you get countries who have products, who have everything, compensation plan, have access to stockists, you know, and they still do not appreciate the business. So I can never understand that. And you get countries like some markets I'm trying to open up, they are hungry for this product. And sometimes I have to courier with DHL or FedEx just for them to get a toothpaste, you know. So I don't know what the problem is, but we have everything, you know. We are fortunate to have like warehouses in our countries, to have access to stockists and everything. So we should just think about that, you know. Yeah.
Sure. So that was in 2018 in August, and
Yes,
you had
August.
to travel
Yes.
6 hours to go get your products and stock up, and
Yes.
you did that.
And
now.
you must remember now, I was working, I was still working a 9-to-5 job. So what I did is after work on a Friday, I went to catch an Intercape bus, the night bus, and I traveled during the evening. You know, I got to Joburg. I went to my sponsor's house. She quickly explained, you know, we had no time for her to explain everything to me. She took me to the stockist shop and we went to get the products. And then I had to return like on the Sunday, the next day, I had to catch the morning bus to come back so that I could be at work on Monday. Yes.
You know, I think let's just remind people what was going on in your life at that time. Here is a mother of four. Here's a mother of four who is struggling financially. And she is shown an opportunity. And she said, I'm going to give it my all, no excuses. And you can see in that, she would travel the whole weekend just to get stock. Today, when we're talking about someone being a star director, okay, can someone be an SD without having made at least their first million? At least. Someone who is running business, who is building the business, not buying the business, but building.
Building. No, someone that is building their business, you know, like they should correctly and really, really pushing and working hard. They get to star director when they've already made their 1 million, you know, or their first million. Yeah.
So now let me speak to that as well. Here is a mother of four, struggling financially. She gets a business opportunity. She is a working mom, working full time, sees a business opportunity, gives it 120%. This is 2018, you said 2018. A couple of years later, she is a millionaire. Not only that, giving birth to millionaires in her business. Now, when she says to you, I have raised a 2-star director, that's telling you that she's got millionaires in her business. Do you want to speak to that? How does it feel now to know that, you know what, I have contributed into somebody's life? How does it feel? Feels good.
It feels it feels so good. It feels so good knowing that I have raised great leaders, that now I have a 2-star director under my leadership. You know, normally people would question like, but why is your downliner, you know, going to 2-star director first before you, etc. It shouldn't be of any worry or concern. It's something that when you look at it, you analyze, like you'll be able to, you know, like be proud of it and say, you know, like, wow, I did my job so well. I taught my leaders so well that they were able to, like, you know, rise up and achieve so much in this business. And I joined this business actually because of financial difficulties. But what keeps me going is because of the lives that I'm impacting and the life I know that I still have to impact. So for me, it's so satisfying. It's just, it makes me happy. Yeah.
Wow. I want you to speak about something quickly. You know, we see this, you have planted a seed into many people's lives. I mean, for somebody to get to start director, you are sitting with 78,000 people in your team. And those are the lives, which is the beautiful thing that you see. Because when you see that those are the lives that you have had some indirect impact in changing, right? Now, I want you to speak to, I want you to be very practical. Now, think back to your early days. Sorry, by the way, do you still sponsor people today? Like get new distributors today? Okay. I want you to speak to us about your first 30 days with a new distributor. What are you doing with this person? Because for you to get to this, I'm going to stop this sharing. To get to this level, tell me that you are quite a business builder. So now I sign up under you. What do you do with me in your first 30 days?
Okay. With the experience, I always say that in this business, you have to make a lot of mistakes, or you use different strategies and you work differently until you find the right way. So now, as a one-star director with the experience that I have, if I've signed you up, you're a new member, I would give myself time to give you what I call an induction, like how it is in companies, what they do, because I feel this is what is lacking. We sign up the person, we're interested in that 60 PV or that 90 PV, or if they're joining as Platinum VIP, and that's it, and then we leave the person. So I would give you an induction, but this induction, like you said, we normally just probably train those new people for like a week or 2 weeks, which I feel is not sufficient. So I'm glad that you said, what would I do with you in the first 30 days? Because I think 30 days is actually sufficient, and then you just keep checking up on the person, etc. So I would actually train you, okay, sit with you and train you about the product, okay? I wouldn't want what happened to me to happen to my new leader. I'll be honest, I didn't have the opportunity to, like, at the beginning, to have all the information about the product, etc. So I would want to do it differently, because I feel that if we as leaders took our time to actually get to know our products and speak about the benefits of our products to the people out there, our product is actually able to convince people into joining. Because you must remember now, if you understand the product, you will be able to offer a solution to people, to people's health problems. That is what Long Reach products do. We've got our supplements, which we're not really tapping into. We're not really focusing on them, our teas that have a solution to many health problems. And I would just really open up and be honest about what you need to do as a leader, what's your task. Because even when you join a new company, okay, you're given a job description, you're told, look, this is what you have to do. And this is what we don't do with our new leaders. We don't break it down to them like it is and give them the truth. What are the steps? What steps you need to take in order to achieve? We don't tell them about the maintenance from the beginning. We want to tell them now when they become D1s, D2, and D3. You must know that it's difficult when, like, the person has joined the business and you didn't tell them that they needed to do maintenance, and you only want to start explaining to them when they're in Diamond 2 or Diamond 3 that now you need to start doing your maintenance. It's like, why didn't you tell me in the beginning? Because what is this business? I think we're losing the whole essence of the business. This business is about you joining as a consumer. You need to consume the products, you need to use the products, and then creating a network of consumers. And the company will pay you for that. So how will your leader or your new leader consume and like really be a brand ambassador? Brand ambassador uses their products with pride, you know. So I would basically do that. I would work on that. I think it would change a whole lot of things in our business, and a lot of leaders would be successful. They would grow their team successfully if we used the strategy.
Yeah. Wow. Sure. This is super, super amazing. So what I'm hearing from you is that, and which is what I've been saying, that we are not recruiters, we are sponsors. Okay. And a sponsor will hold that hand and make sure that you get what you need to get to a certain point. So, and again, it's all to your benefit as well. When the person knows what they're doing, they are going to be independent and they are going to build businesses. I mean, a business that is going to just benefit you as well. So I'm really encouraged. My computer's now acting up again. Okay, that's fine. So what we're doing is that appreciating that in this business, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I just want to open up the floor for questions. I really, really appreciate you, Romana. I appreciate your success. I appreciate you, Sylvia. Where is my lady? Is she back? I need to find her. It's such a pity that we lost her. But I will probably do just a one-on-one session with her and record that and share it with everybody, because she's got an amazing story. That is Grace. She's got an amazing story of how she is building her business. I'm saying watch out for this one. So with consistency, you are going to achieve what you've achieved. We've seen Romana's consistency. We've heard Leader Sylvia speak. I just want to open up for any questions. I'm not checking the chats if I missed anything. Okay, yeah, become a consumer of a product and bring, yes, absolutely. Right. So I'm opening up the group. Please, if you've got any questions, otherwise we're gonna let these people go. These are multimillionaires in your space. If you don't want to speak to them now, how they made their millions. You want to speak to them about how they made their millions? Let's do this thing. Any questions? Did this add value to anybody? Is anybody encouraged to say that, you know what? If Romana can do it, if Sylvia can do it, if Grace can do it, I will also do it. Let's just see with maybe the fire emoji, because that one is more fiery. The fire emoji in the chat. Okay, Mike, yeah. In the chats, if this added value for you, because we're about to close off now because we don't have any questions. Was this valuable to you guys? Oh, you know what? I've forgotten about the YouTube people. Let's see. Sorry, YouTubers. I forgot about people on YouTube. Oh, there we've got a lot of fire. Yay. A lot of fire. Okay, that's there. YouTube, sorry. Okay, don't have any comments there. That's good. All right. Thank you so much, Romana. I really appreciate your time. Sylvia, I really appreciate your time. This has been amazing. I myself have learned so much. I must say that this one was a bit of a selfish training as well, because I just wanted to suck it all out of you. I'm listening and saying, what do I need to implement? What do I need to do? And what I like as well about this session is that I have just created a network with two beautiful sisters that are successful. I now can go to them and say, ladies, how do we do this? How do I run that campaign? Where do I start? Now I've got a direct line. The power of adding value. So thank you so much, ladies. I don't know how, do you want to say anything in encouragement, Romana? And as she's saying it, if you can also prepare something, Sylvia, for everybody who is in here, I'll really appreciate that.
Yes, I would. My first, firstly, I would just like, I would like to speak to my fellow colleagues from South Africa. I just really wanted to say, South Africa, please rise up, because you're the country that actually birthed me. Okay, I'm under SD Vivian's leadership, SD Noktula, SD Tandeka, So if you could birth a star director, now star director, we've got a star director too, and we're making a success out of this business. And we know that there's no comparison like with our country, with South Africa. Your country is much more developed, the infrastructure is just way better, your transport, your roads, etc. Everything's just so much better. But if we can, despite the obstacles, the difficulties that we face, like in our country, we still push, we still do the business, we believe in the business, I believe that the business in South Africa can also do so much better. And so I would just like to encourage all of you in South Africa that get up, let's unite, stand up and unite, start making a noise about this business. South Africa is not making enough noise. There are people who still need this business, who are still hungry. My 2 older boys live in South Africa, so I constantly travel to South Africa. And every time I come there, I speak to people. There are people who still haven't heard of Longreach.
I know.
So you've got 9 provinces, am I right? 11 speaking official speaking languages. You've got it's a big country. It's a fertile, still super fertile. There's places you haven't even been to, and there are people who are hungry for Longreach there. So do something about it, please. Do something about it. And to the leaders in other countries, other part of the world, I just want to say that this business really works if you work. You need to be passionate about it, because what people buy into before they buy into the business, they buy into you. They read your body language, the way you speak about the business, the way you speak about your product. Everything that you say will influence how your business will grow, will convince people. So that's my advice to you, and be consistent as well. Okay, especially on your social media pages, on your WhatsApp status. What are you posting? What are you telling people out there about your business? So that is what people look out for. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. No, I really appreciate it. I got what you said, and we will work on making a noise about Longreach. And you're so right, because when we were in Soweto last week, the group of people that they between about 15 people. And when I said, you probably all know about Longreach now, they said, huh? And I said, okay, new blood. Okay, so you're right. A lot of people still need to know about Longreach. And Ms. Sylvia, I forgot to ask you something before you close off. How did you become the #1 stockist? What are you doing?
I think what I do is I add value. I look at what other stockists don't do, and I do. I'm prompt. You send your order. I'm very prompt. I deliver. When they are product, I make sure I always have products. The moment the product is introduced into the country, I have it. So there's no new product that I don't have. And when there are promos being run, some stockists will say, come for your products promos, come for the promos next week or in 2 weeks, but I have the promos immediately. So the orders, I process the orders, and I think I just add, combined with my personality, people just draw to me to send me their orders. Even when you go to other stockists, you will come back.
Wow.
Well
done. Well done.
You.
So if we can just also have a word from you just to encourage everyone and just close off for us, please.
Okay, so what I'll say is, first of all, to thank you for this opportunity and thank SD Vivian for always supporting us in this business, putting herself out there for us to copy.
Yes.
For us to copy. It is a blessing to have somebody who is successful and humble enough to open up her life for you to copy and give you a platform to excel. So we are very grateful for that. And I must say that I also believe that Longreach is for Africa. As
Yes.
SD Romana has said, there are still a lot of people who have not heard about Longreach. And today, look at us, 4 or 5 of us from different countries talking about our successes in our little corners. I believe this can explode.
Mhm.
Let's do what SD Romana has told us to do. Be active, make a lot of noise, talk about your products. There are people sitting there waiting for you to talk about Longreach. Longreach has not yet started.
Mhm.
We are about to take it to the next level, and it depends on you, it depends on me. So everyone on this call, if you are not active or you have taken this business like, as we say, a side hustle, please move it into the mainstream. What this business can do for you is out of this world. Look at our leaders. They don't lie. What they tell us is what they have experienced. Let's also experience it and also add value to their lives out there. We can do it together, but not with a closed mouth. We have to open our mouth. Let our Facebook stories speak. As Romana says, don't always be joking on your social media. Be serious. People buy into you before they buy into the company. If people are not joining you, it's because you don't look serious with your Longreach business. Let's be serious. And I believe this business will impact us and others more positively. Thank you once again.
Wow. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. I see somebody's looking for the recording. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna post the link again to the YouTube video. It is on YouTube. Let me just get the link and then post it in the group and then, in the chat. Hopefully you'll be able to copy it there. Let's see. Okay, so I have put the link in the chat. I'll leave it on for a while so that you can just copy that. And all right, so thank you so much, everybody, for the training, for attending the training, the importance of training. I hope you got that encouragement, that push, and to realize that if you want to do this, make a decision to go pro. Okay, so we will continue with our GoPro training and watch out for the link for the next training, most probably next week again. I just don't know what we're going to train on yet, but we'll probably just finish off the 7 steps. But I appreciate you and I wish you all the best for your business. I liked what I just saw with SD Romana excusing herself. I want you to see what she said. She said, please excuse me, I have to drop off. I have a Zoom meeting with a prospect. She is still building her business. Okay, so there she is going to do a presentation. So have a splendid evening and good night. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Romana. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you guys
all.
so much. I am more than
Thank you.
happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this
Thank
great
you.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And it's great.
Thank you very much for this presentation. It's very wonderful.